Can you make an easy, creamy, delicious cheese dip on the Blackstone Griddle? Why, yes, you can. And today, we're going to do just that. Make it on the Blackstone. Now, you can make it in the smoker. You can make it in your oven. You can do whatever you want. But if you're out camping, or you don't have a smoker, or you don't want to cook inside, Blackstone Griddle is the way to go. I mean, you can cook it right there on top of Blackstone Griddle and have a great appetizer, topping for nachos, a million different things you can do with cheese dip. I just like eating them with chips personally. But either way, however you like to make them, today we're going to step up the cheese dip and make a bacon smash burger cheese dip on the Blackstone. It's really super simple to do. Don't take a lot to put something like this together. And it's so versatile. Like a lot of the recipes I make, you can change it up to make it your own. I love bacon cheeseburgers. So why not make it into a cheese dip? I'm like, we're going to do this. So let's get to cooking. So go on and fire up that Blackstone and get that thing heating up, because we do have a little bit of prep to do. Just a little bit, and we're going to get to cooking. Let's start with some cheeses here. I have a block of pepper jack, because I do like a little heat to my cheeseburgers. You know, this is completely optional. That's the great thing about cooking. If you don't want it, don't use it. We're just going to take this and just cut this into cubes. We're going to cut the cheese, but in a good way. Now, the smaller the cubes, the better it will eat, easier it will melt. So you can shred it if you want to, but it kind of takes all the fun out of it. You don't get to cut the cheese in. So there's our pepper jack. So what we'll do is go ahead and grab our pan. Go ahead and get your, I don't know, like a, whatever size this pan this is. I don't even know what size this is. Just grab your pan. Throw your cheese over into it. Like that. Move some of the stuff out of the way, y'all. Now, Colby Jack. I love Colby Jack cheese. You can use a sharp cheddar. You can use just whatever you feel like using. I like Colby Jack. Do the same thing to it. We're just going to cut it up. And the good thing about doing this, knowing it's going to melt down, the pieces don't have to be perfect like them little fancy charcuterie boards and all that has to look perfect. You ain't got to do that with this. You just got to have it cut up. All right, let's put that in the pan now. Now, the debate. This is not Velveeta. It's the off-brand Velveeta, I guess you say. A lot of people are like, oh, never use that, never use that. Yeah, I don't care. I like it. You do you. But I'm going to use at least about half of it. We'll do the same thing to it. And just cut it up, slice it up, dice it up, whatever you want to do to it. Now I do have a block of cream cheese, and we're going to just take that and dump it right in the pan also. Like that. Now let's talk about the good stuff, bacon. I absolutely love bacon on a burger. I need to get me some kitchen shears, y'all, and just cut this up with shears. I just hadn't stopped and bought me none yet. But either way, I'm using a whole pack of bacon in this. Why? Well, first off, because it's bacon. And second off, it's what I want to do. All right, there you go. The bacon is now cut up. So let's talk burger. Burger. We're going to do a smash burger, not just a regular cheeseburger. So I have here a little over a pound of burger. Now, if I was doing a smash burger, I'd make about a 3.5 ounce ball. We're not doing just regular smash burgers, so it really don't matter how big these are, as long as we get that sear, that Maillard reaction, they call it. That's all we're looking for. Get that flavor on there. So there you go. We got about 5 balls made up there. Good enough. Oh, by the way, on your hamburger meat for smash burgers. Always use about 80-20 blend. Anything less than that is going to be too greasy. They'll shrink up. Anything more than that, there's just not going to be no flavor there. It's not enough fat. So 80-20 is what you're looking for. But y'all, get some of this trash out of the way. I think we are ready to cook. So let's head on over to the griddle. Come on. Well, I'm seeing that white smoking. You know what that means. It's time to put some groceries down on this griddle. Let's throw down our hamburger balls first. Get these over here. I said they don't have to be perfect. They just got to be on there. Let's get our bacon over here on this side. Now, before we go any farther, I do want to explain. A lot of people have been asking, how do you know temperatures, griddle setup, whatever. I got these two burners over here on about a medium high. I got it really, really hot. I got this burner over here on a low. I'm cooking the bacon on the low side, let that fat kind of render out. Smash burgers, you want them hot. But we got to get to pressing, y'all. So let's get them a good smash. And let's get them to cooking. This little kit right here has made life so much easier on me when it comes to smash burgers. And look at there. No need for parchment paper. Keeps a lot of that grease from spattering back up on you. And does a great job. Does a great job. Now, if you want to buy one of these or want to know where to find one at, I have a link down there in the description. Right now, we need the good stuff. By the good stuff, I mean my seasoning, the Backroads Blend seasoning. This is what we use on the food trailer. We started selling it off the food trailer. Fixed to be in a couple stores here in South Carolina. Be on the lookout for it. It's some good stuff, I'm telling you. Let's stir up our bacon right here. Get it going. Now, I'm telling you what right now, it smells amazing out here. Got these smash burgers with my seasoning over here going. And bacon. Got the bacon going too. Oh yeah. This is a great way to start any day. Now let's go ahead and give our burgers a flip. Got a nice little sear on there. That's what we're looking for. Normally is where I would add the cheese and all that kind of good stuff, but we don't need to do that right now. But we do need more seasoning, y'all. Add more flavor. Got to have that flavor. And then while we're at it, go ahead and mix up our bacon over here. All right, y'all. The burgers are done. Let's go ahead and just take these up and let them just cool off a little bit. We're not done with them. We're not done with them. We're just gonna put them right there, let them cool off, and mix our bacon up some more. Bring it over here in that burger grease. Really get it flavored up good. All right, y'all. There is one more thing I want to do before this bacon's done. That's add some onion. I have some diced onion right here. You know, grilled onions, sauteed onions, whatever you want to call them, is so much better on the cheeseburger than the raw onion. Nothing wrong with raw onion, but grilled is a lot better. So let's put some of that in here. So while this bacon's cooking, we'll add in some onion right here. Let that cook up too. If you don't want onion, that's fine, leave it out. I really think it's gonna add a whole nother flavor, layer of flavor. Sometimes you just can't speak. You know what you want to say, you just can't say it. Well, the bacon is done, so we're gonna take it up and kind of strain some of that grease off of it. And just lay it up here with the burger. Now we got our burger and our bacon done. We gotta clean this griddle, y'all. We gotta, well, if I can grab the right tool, don't even know where I keep it. Grab you a big scraper. We don't need none of this on the griddle now. Again, we're gonna manipulate the burners. We're gonna turn the two ends down to low, turn the center one off. So we have low and off in the center. But let's get over here and finish making this stuff up, getting the cheese dip ready to put back on the griddle. Now that we have the bacon and the burger all done, now you just want to chop all this up together. Just give a really good fine chop. That's all we're looking to do. All right, it's all chopped up. Good enough anyhow. Let's get our cheese dip over here. I'm going to grab my scraper right here and just kind of use it as a scoop. Just dump it in there. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use all of it. That's a lot to use. But whatever's left over, I'll put it in a hoagie bun or something. I'll use it for something. But you know something? Shoot, might as well use it all. Might as well. There we go. Now, we'll just carefully give this just a little mix. Mixy. It's going to be full, that's for sure. But that's okay, that's what you want, is a lot of cheese dip. All right. Let's head over to the griddle. Come on. Take this with us. Now we're ready to put it right back on that griddle. But there's one thing I forgot to do, and that's some half and half. So we're just going to pour just a little bit in there. Maybe, I don't know, half cup or so. See how that works out. Now remember, I have this middle on low, so I am going to turn the pan this way. And kind of let the residual heat start melting this cheese down. But you do want to make sure you keep it stirred and all your cheese in the pan. So now, it's just a matter of keeping it stirred up, y'all, till it melts down and gets good and creamy. As it cooks down, just start giving it a stir just every now and then. Being that middle burner's off, you don't have to worry too much about it. I'll tell you right now, it is looking good so far. But look at there. Already getting some cheese pulled to everything. So yeah, just give it a good mix every now and then. As it melts down, it is really starting to thicken up a little bit. But that's okay. We have a cure for that. Just add more half and half. You just keep on adding this in. Make it the consistency you want. If you get it too soupy, that's fine. It can cook down. You just want to make sure it's not too thick. That's what the key is. So yeah, let's just get this mixed in and see how it turns out. But look how creamy this is turning out already, y'all. It's going to be so good. All right, this dip is getting close to being done. But we need to add more flavor to it, more seasoning to the dip. Plus, even after I added some of the more of that half and half, still a little thicker than what I like, I prefer. So I'm going to add some more into it. We're just going to mix. But look how creamy and cheesy this has become, y'all. So let's just mix all this together. Let that cheese finish melting, because there's a few little chunks here and there, as you see right there, that I want to get melted down. But it's coming together nicely. So the kind of trick about the consistency of it is add the half and half, a little at a time until you get the consistency you want. Now that's 100% optional, how thick or how thin you want your cheese dip. So just you do you. Well, the cheese dip is looking pretty cheesy. But I got to thinking, you know, it's missing something. Just couldn't put my finger on what it was. Then I finally figured out what I want to add to it. That's some Rotel, y'all. We got to add some Rotel. Now, this is the original. Use whatever kind of Rotel you like. Look at there. Now it's starting to really look like something. Yes, sir. So let's get this mixed in. Let it cook just a little bit more. We're going to be ready to eat. Oh, yeah. This is looking really good. I mean, look at this right here. Beautiful, beautiful cheese dip. That Rotel really added another layer of flavor to it. And that's what it's about, adding all them flavors in there. Won't be just a minute. We're going to be taking this up. And just like that, it is ready to take up. So grab your handy dandy cutting board. Slide the pan over. We'll pick the pan up and put it right there. We'll take it over here and try it out. Come on. Before we dig into this, I just want to show you. Look at how beautiful this cheese dip is right here. Nice and creamy. You can see the flavors in there. That Rotel, bacon, that smash burger. All of it's together. Oh, don't forget about them onions too. Them onions are in there. Sauteed onions. Yes, sir. Y'all, we got to grab some chips and get to dipping. So how about that? I mean, this turned out beautiful. I mean, nice and creamy. I'm sure it's full of flavor. But we got to find out for sure. So grab you up a chip and get to dipping. Oh, I done broke my chip already. Get the dipping. Oh yeah. When I'm at home, I can double dip. Oh my goodness. I gotta go in one more time, y'all. I can honestly say, 100% without doubt, it's one of the best cheese dips I've ever made. This is amazing. You can taste that smash burger, the rotel, the onions, the seasoning, just everything comes together. The blend of cheeses is a perfect blend. Let me know what you would add in this. What do you like on your burger? Kind of what you go with. So you add whatever you like into it, make it your own, take pics, let me see what you made. Right now, I gotta take these chips in, this dip in, let the family try it out, probably put some away for me for later. We'll see you next time. Hey y'all, come check this out.